Okay, Michael, so just a few pointers for when you're doing an exam. And the first question, the letter. So I've typed up a letter here, and as you can see, it's done and formatted the way I'd like your exam to be presented. The sender's address is on the top, and that's the name of the business or organization sending the letter with their address and phone number. But very importantly, what's not on the top is the sender's actual name. That doesn't go on the top, it only goes at the bottom and after their name, their designation at the bottom. So I have the date in between the two addresses, and very important to note that instead of 20th with the TH, I have 20 there, because in a formal letter, that's the correct form of the date, and everything should be typed out long form rather than using digits. So you need to do that. Then I have the receiver's address. Now, when you've typed up the addresses, one step you have to take is to highlight each address and use this spacing button up here in the paragraph group and choose remove space after paragraph. And you can see that everything moves tighter together. And I need to do that in 3 places. The 2 addresses, so I'm doing it here and here. And finally, at the very bottom of the letter, after the space for the signature, you'll need to do it there too. Remove space after paragraph. Now, another thing that you should note is the letter needs a subject heading, and a subject heading must appear after the salutation and not before it. Okay, that's the second thing. The next thing that you should note, there's so many things, is I'm using here what's called a personal salutation. So in my opening, in my dear whatever, I'm actually using the name of the person, but I don't ever use their first name. And when you open with a personal salutation, you must close with the yours sincerely. It has to be yours sincerely. And you'll notice there, you don't give that S a capital S. It has to be lowercase. Another point that I'm going to make to you is the table. You're asked to type information into a table, and it's really important that you apply a style to your table. So when you click anywhere on your table, you'll see up at the top of your screen this design tab. You can click on that, and these table styles are in the front row. Sorry, they're in the middle of that ribbon. And that little triangle shows you everything that's available to you, and you must pick one of those. Don't leave it as something like that where I might know it's been applied. Use a color, a bright one, so I can see straight away that you have changed the table style. This is my very last point. Make sure that you have at least 3 line spaces left for a signature. Now, I've only hit return twice because Word automatically puts in a line space after you hit return. So in effect, there's probably 4 line spaces there. But that's about the size. There must be enough room to write a signature. And one last point, just to make sure that you get the whole lot into one page, highlight the whole lot of it and change the line spacing here in this line spacing button again to 1.